Hi there, this is Suzanne Wagner, and welcome to the Astrology Numerology for January 24th, 2018. So, if you add that whole date together, you get the number nine. The number nine is about completion, and I personally love a nine because it's like, okay, whew, we're at the end of that cycle. We can actually shift, we can let go, and we can make some decisions and choices, and we can change. So there are moments in the cosmos when, things are easier to shift and moments when it's harder to shift. And this is that moment when you recognize that there are thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and philosophies within you that are toxic, just plain wrong, lies, projections, distortions, illusions, and not real. It is in that moment that you can choose to let go and become complete with that old ego self. That can be a moment of freedom where you can lift the burden off your shoulders that has been holding you down and has left you caught in the karmic density of suffering that is no longer necessary or even a sound reflection of who you really are. Those thoughts often are not even yours. They were given to you in an assault of projection because of others' judgment, anger, and reaction. When you take them on, you make them real. But in a split second, when you recognize that they are total illusions, you can step out of that construct as easily as you cross from one room into another. Then you are complete. Then you reclaim your knowing and truth. Then you can move beyond the distortions of others and into your own personal destiny. During Wednesday's lunch hour, Mercury aligns with Pluto in a business-like Capricorn way. Communication with power is important. So make some concrete plans of action because Capricorn likes structure. And Pluto is one of those planets that is about, your destiny and your fate and your karma. And so what you say and how you communicate with Mercury has a karmic potential to shift you out of an old place into a more proactive place. So do some research or detective work that requires mental focus. However, it would be good to give a wide berth to obsessive or compulsive or controlling people who think they know what is best for you. The moon moves into the sign of Taurus in the morning before 9. And while this is an easygoing, laid back kind of quality when you have a Taurus moon, Mercury aligning with Pluto today sort of stimulates the opposite and it can create some intense mental processing. It would be possible to gain some insight into certain situations and patterns that have caused you great concern. This is a time for finding the hidden meanings that have eluded you. Just remember to not take it too far, so don't go into an obsessed, manipulative, or paranoid place. This increased tension and worry is designed to motivate you to make some useful changes. You are inclined to get to the bottom line in your communications. So efficiency and relevancy become really essential. Your ability to persuade others and have strategic thinking increase. You might also become caught in frustrating mental patterns if you mishandle this transit. So Mercury is also moving into sextile with Jupiter, and this can help you keep things moving forward. And you'll want to take action. The Venus-Mars parallel is going to boost your desire to learn to love in some new ways, and relationships or connections with others are going to become a tremendous motivation to your soul's choices and actions. So enjoy the day. My quote for today is when you move beyond your own selfish desire, you begin to find freedom. I love that one today, actually. Okay, the blog for today. What I love about constantly looking and learning about astrology is that when you really explore another person's chart, you discover how each of us came in with a set of challenges and problematic personality issues that we chose to work through. And some of those issues are very difficult for each of us to understand, even in ourselves. We have these quirks, kinks, and karmic difficulties that were set in a place as an obstacle course to lead us towards our purpose and hopefully our destiny. When we stay asleep to those patterns can run us. But when we awaken to the complexity within our own personal and private universe, we learn to laugh at those traits and have compassion for our journey through the density. I have learned that by understanding myself with all the karmic crap and all the good stuff, I have become more compassionate and understanding for others. I look at them and notice that some behaviors that they do not really know what they are doing or why. They are not trying to make me or others crazy. They are doing their best to navigate through the patterns and lessons that they set up for this life experience. Sometimes the harder personality traits are the ones that save you in a crisis, though it might be difficult for others to deal with on a normal daily basis. Patterns and traits were set there for a reason. They were picked by you to support your emergence into a more aware and awakened state. I have found that what has often woken me up the fastest was when I did some behavior that was so off that it finally registered in my own psyche. Only when I realized to my horror that I had done or said or did something that was really dysfunctional, had resentment in it, and some withheld emotional issues inside of myself, then I started to change. I always say that seeing the problem is 70% of fixing it. If you are wandering around in unconscious states, you do not notice how your actions impact others. When you awaken, you see and feel what your actions and words impact, either positively or negatively. Yet there are moments when you realize that you have done something that was selfish and hurtful. In feeling that pain, you move beyond your own desire and into a place where it is no longer about you. That is where you begin to find the freedom. Enjoy the day.